kitchen, and today we are making cannellini bean dip or white bean dip, depending on how you would like to defer to the beans. So hi, I'm Sandy, and today we are talking about beans. The best thing ever to have in your pantry, and I know you have a ton of different kinds of beans. You might have canned beans or dried beans. Well, today we're going to use some of those beans in your pantry, those high fiber beans that are a great protein source as well, into a dip that you can easily have as a snack or just have it as part of your Mediterranean dip entree, which I like to do with pita bread and different types of dips. So this one is my kind of version and take on hummus, except not using any tahini paste, which is that sesame seed, ground sesame seeds. It's actually just going to use a few simple ingredients here, more along kind of the flavor profiles and the creaminess, because cannellini beans actually have more starch in them and they're not as grainy as the garbanzo bean will be. So simple setup here. I have my olive oil, garlic, parsley. I have chili powder, but I'm actually using ancho chili powder. I just like the flavor of it in here, but again, you can use any chili powder that you have. I have pepper and salt and cumin as well. And again, you can play with these flavors. I'm all about making versatile recipes. If you don't have cannellini beans, you can do black beans, but play around with it. So I have 1 can of cannellini beans here, and I'm actually going to show you a trick. So this is, all the juice on here is called aquafaba. I don't know if you've heard of that term before, but you can use it as an egg white replacer. So I'm saving this yumminess of the aquafaba because I want to use it in another recipe. And you can follow along with me and I will show you how to use that in another recipe. So I'm going to let this drain here. Get all the last bits of beans out. Perfect. And I'm going to let that drain and then I'll rinse them in a second. I want to get my garlic ready. So I have a bulb of garlic. I'm only going to use 2 cloves here. And I kind of just smashed it on the cutting board to loosen all the bulbs. And you can see here, this one is a loose bulb actually. Usually they're pretty tight and hard to open. Look at that. So I'm going to use 2 cloves of garlic. If you're not a fan of garlic, you can omit this in here. That's totally fine too. So 2 cloves of garlic. And then I'm going to move my parsley over here till later. I want to remove the skins on here. I'm just smashing them a little bit with the knife, just so the skins will easily kind of pop off of the nice little bulb of garlic here. Perfect. And then I'm just going to mince it up really simply because we're going to use this RoboCoupe. It's a food processor, so I don't really need to chop this up too fine because it's going to do the bulk of the business for me. If you don't have a food processor, I've done this in the blender too. So I actually don't own a food processor. This is my neighbor's. So it's kind of funny. But anyway, you can use it in the blender. I do it all the time in the blender. You just need a little bit more liquid. Okay, so then I'm going to add to this my pepper, my cumin. I love the smell of cumin. And my ancho pepper, my ancho chili pepper in there. I'm going to add my salt as well. I'm going a little light on the salt. I'm only adding a 1/4 teaspoon in here because my beans are not low sodium. I will tell you that when you rinse your beans, it reduces the amount of sodium by 50%. So that's significant. So anytime you're cooking with canned beans, I always rinse them after I save that delicious aquafaba. So you can see that's all kind of draining there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rinse these beans off really quickly. Okay, so these beans are rinsed off. I'm going to just throw them right into my food processor. And I love cannellini beans. One, they are starchier, but just like the consistency of them, I just can't get over the creaminess. And I actually prefer this versus a traditional chickpea hummus for some reason. I just love the creaminess of it. Okay, so then to this, I'm going to add I have a 1/2 cup of water, but I'm not going to add all of it right now. I'm just going to add a little bit to get it started, about 2 tablespoons, and my olive oil I'm reserving for later. So I'm going to put the lid on here. I'm just going to pulse it until it starts to come together, and then I'm going to drizzle in the rest of my water and my olive oil until it gets to the consistency that I like. And then I'm going to add a little bit of parsley in there too, but I want the majority of it to be on the top for my garnish. You can see it's starting to come together, but it's not really like a creamy consistency of a hummus or a spread of some sort. So I'm going to add the rest of this as I pulse this. Well, turn it on. Starting to come together. And now I'm going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And this is where you could use your flavored oil too. You could use a butternut squash seed oil. It's like one of my favorites I have in my cupboard. You could also use an avocado seed oil because those are oils that you're actually going to taste the flavor of that within your dip here. But I feel like it's pretty good. So that's why you want to just kind of add a little bit as you go. And then I'm going to grab a little spatula here just to check the consistency of it. And it's looking really good. I don't want to add that extra water in there because then all it's going to be is just more of a soup. And then if you do run into that issue, just add more cannellini beans into that and it'll thicken it right back up. So don't feel like it's going to completely ruin it if you did accidentally add the rest of this water and you're now mixed with like a cannellini bean soup and you're freaking out. Just add some more cannellini beans, it'll totally be fine. Okay, so this is my dip. Now I just want to put a little bit of greenery in here, so I'm picking off the leaves of the parsley. You can use any herb here. I just didn't have cilantro. I usually do cilantro, I just didn't have it in the house today, but cilantro, basil, sage, tarragon, any of those are so good in here. And then I serve it with pita bread or carrot sticks. I keep it in the refrigerator and literally just kind of munch on it throughout the day as a snack. Again, high fiber, high protein, that's what we're looking for here. And that's gonna keep you fuller throughout the day, and you're not gonna be reaching for those chips or the sweets as I tend to do in the middle of the day. And that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna just kind of put this in, put the top back on, give it just a one little pulse, 2, so it's incorporated, and that's it. Pretty cool, right? I'm gonna grab a bowl to put it in, and then all I'm gonna do is take my little beater off here. I'm gonna put it into a nice serving bowl. And you can put this on a spread of you can use it as a spread on your sandwich. I love to do that. Or I'll mix like whole chickpeas and mashed avocado in this and make like a nice like chickpea avocado salad to put on a sandwich. It's really good with chicken. You can put chicken in this, and then instead of using mayonnaise, put your chicken straight into here and use it as like a chicken salad. I've done that too. Again, very versatile, super easy, right? A little bit of parsley on top. I like that little garnish there. A little pop of green is always fun. I'm gonna drizzle with just a little bit of olive oil on top. And that, my friends, is what I'm talking about. That beautiful dish of just basically white beans and a little bit of water, olive oil, and salt and pepper and some herbs. I mean, come on. You can impress anybody with this. And how easy was it? Now you give it a try.